What's good, YouTube? You're here for a market watch, but first, let me pimp out our tournament. It's free to enter. All you have to do is be in the Zodiac Duelist Facebook group and be here at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific in order to sign up. Robbie Cole will put up the official thread. You have to find it in time and be one of the first 256 this time. The prizing is even bigger as Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles comes on board alongside Troll and Toad, No Limit Gaming, and Gym Playmat. So it's going to be a huge tournament. 256 people. First place gets 100 New Zealand store credit at Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles alongside their choice of a gym playmat or box. Second place will be getting a box or playmat, whatever the first place did not choose. And third and fourth will now have the return of the salty runoff for half a box. So third place will walk away with half a box. Fourth place will walk away with nothing. And if the ban list does come into effect during this tournament, the immediate next round, the ban list will be put into place. Sounds pretty nice. And the first 2 rounds will take a very long time. So we might see it by round 3 or 4. But let's go ahead and get into the market watch. Into the brains. Droll and Rockford continues to go up. At least on TCG Player it does. Last night this was a bit lower. But now it's a low of $16 on the OP01 Super. We'll look that up on eBay in a second. You can still find your STBL rares around $13 here. On eBay, yes, it's about a low of $13 also for the STBL rare. Let's look up OP01. This is mainly due to Trick Stars. Rather than using it against the current meta, Trick Stars are able to abuse this card to rid their opponents of their entire hand. Basically, if their opponent has added a card, you, in a new chain link, after the resolution of the ad, you chain a card that will, say like Trick Star Reincarnation, that will get rid of cards in their hand. Then you chain link to Droll and Rockford, and there goes their hand. But Droll and Lock, very, very powerful in that aspect that you can make your opponent play with nothing. And they're starting 6 if you have 2 cards that can force them to change their hand alongside Droll and Rockford. So you can establish a board, put stuff up, and rid your opponent of all their cards should you have a Droll and Lock. It's a very degenerate combo. And then you just start burning them in the meantime while they're doing that as well. It's pretty nice. So the STBL cards always have been crazy. The only reprint is OP01. And as we've seen with O1s before, with like how Anti-Spell used to be very expensive, cards that come into the meta or get hyped like that tend to have that effect. Chaos form is $4.35 and $4. So how did I know this? Well, Troll and Toad has this hot buy list over here. And if we look through it, we have Chaos form here at $3.75. So they're buying it an amazing percent too. They're buying it really well. But I like to come and poke at Troll's hot buys to see kind of what's trending. Like Ash Blossom's trending right now. We're about to get into that. But they're also buying up the Sub-Terrors while they're cheaper. Even though they're probably not going to affect the meta, they're on low quantity because they probably just got bought out of them when it was announced they weren't in the Megatons. But I think that definitely their best, and certainly something I would sell them on here right now, is Chaos Form at $3.75. It's very popular on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. But as we see, we have a low here of $4.35. Basically, the seller, after their fees, would be getting that, and if they're shipping multiple to Troll, they're saving on shipping by far. So pretty cool that they're buying so high on that one card, and you can always tell what's trending by coming over here too, and they update as fast as they can. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring here is up to 65, lowest for a near mint ton. Last night it was 62. It just keeps spiking and spiking. I warned people about this when it was down to 40. I said, look, people sell now, and then the meta gameplay ramps back up. Everybody has their regionals again. Once we have August basically over and we head into September, but the regional season started even earlier this year, and to reflect that, Ash Blossom is way up. It's a card we know is not going to get hit by the ban list. We know it's not going to get reprinted until a set like Gold Series 3 comes out by speculation and past processes. So it's just a very, very good hand trap that you should want to have access to and a lot of people are playing in their top cut deck list. But $65 is very high. We come over to eBay, it's at $56. So that's a brand new listing. They've got 2. Then we see 57. So eBay's a lot more chill before it gets to 60. We have 58 too. So we've got 3 undercut listings. Ignore lots, ignore proxies. We've got 3 undercut listings here. Definitely shop around before you buy. I don't want to scream from the heavens, oh my gosh, it's a $65 card. It's not yet. It's definitely about $10 cheaper than that, but I think it will realistically settle around 60 plus. So you might want to trade for yours if you got rid of yours at Nationals or before the competitive season returned. And another card, and all these cards happen to be from MACR. We're going to look through MACR in a bit, Maximum Crisis. But another card, Zodiac Chalkanine, $1.74 plus $1 shipping lowest. $2.74 shipping, $2.70 cheapest over here. When it was $1, I screamed at you guys to get it. It's the only piece of the Zoo deck that was not in the Megatins. So, along with Hammer Kong, of course, but getting your Chalkanine was far more important. It's an ultra rare, as you see the graph down here. It is just spiking compared to what it was. Definitely pay attention to this card, because until Zoo gets hit, it's what everybody's going to need that's playing in regionals and trying to top and get their invite with a very cheap deck now. Remember those deck cores from Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, $18. The rest of the deck is very, very, very cheap. And this will continue, if the deck remains cheap, this is the card that will continue to be expensive. Dragonic Diagram is down to 35, mainly because of fear of the ban list. The ban list in Japan, I think, put this to 1, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But people are really scared it's going to be hit, so people are Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market here with 12 of them at lowest 35, both first and unlimited. It's a risky pickup right now, but if you're playing True King Dinosaurs, if it gets hit by the ban list, it's going to be lower. But if you want to play the decks now, like True Draco, and then have access to True King Dinosaur post-ban list, it's not the worst investment ever, but it's highly likely going to have some kind of hit by the ban list. If not to 2, maybe 1. So a lot of people realize that. A lot of people just want to touch the card, and that's why Ash is kind of the survivor price-wise. Masterpiece also reflects that at $10. Remember when I showed that Troll hot list? Ooh, actually 9. And they were buying it for $9.90. Well, now it's even lower despite its quote-unquote market price. Tornado Dragon is over here at $10.50. And Duelist Alliance was up even higher last night. It was, I think, lowest of 8 last night. And slowly trickling down $7.50. Let's go ahead and look at some of these cards over here. We've got $34 lowest as well on eBay. Brand new listing. Tornado Dragon is holding that 10 to 11 mark. TCG exclusive card. Again, I wouldn't think would be reprinted until Premium Gold if we do get it this year. And then Duelist Alliance is at $7 over here. It was, but again, $8.50 last night. It's a card that keeps wavering. Magicians is a deck I like until a ban list. It doesn't have potential to truly shine, but it can beat Zoo and True Draco Zoo. It can beat both of those decks, but it very much so struggles with them and is far less consistent than them, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about those cards. And finally, the other set not in the Megatins, Code of the Duelist. Let's give a quick run through. Firewall Dragon reclaims its spot atop the price list at $3.38 lowest, versus Trickstar Reincarnation being very, very similar at about $33. These cards keep swapping back and forth as the highest priced. We have Lumina up here. It's slowly trickled down to $13. It's been waving a little. Ningrisu is down a little bit. Spellbook of Knowledge remaining at 11 plus. Very great engine. And these are down a bit finally. Lee is still hovering 10, but Guard Dragon is hovering 7. So I just wanted to quickly go through this on TCG Player. Let me know if it is cheaper on eBay. I didn't have time to like pull up all those extra tabs and show you guys everything, but I just wanted to run through and let you guys know the World Chalice hype is finally settling down a little bit. I know a lot of people have been like, oh, I should have got my set. Well, it's give it time, but a ban list could super hype it. But as long as one card remains called Masterpiece, this deck just has too much trouble. Oh, and also Rescue Fair, it's way down there. Shoutouts to Robbie Cole telling everyone not to buy them at 20s. Let's look at best selling real quick. Let's check that out. Misses is still atop, $1.36. Showed you it at $1 the other time. Back to the front. Every time I feel like I think I'm seeing it higher. It looks like it's nearing the $2 mark, but its market price says $1.75. And George Machete of PPG actually warned me his heavy storm dusters were flying off the shelf, and all the zoo players seem to be picking them up in his area. Last time I got a warning from his area, it was about Droll and Rockford, and it did spike heavily. So heavy storm duster is perhaps something you want to consider having already. He thinks it could be the next Twin Twisters. I don't know if it'll go that far, but it is an amazing card, and I could see it being a regular $5 depending on the format and how people view it. There's only 44 total prices on TCG Player. Let me know what you think about that too. Do you already have your playset? Did you get it cheaper already? Definitely something to consider. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Market Watch. Remember to sign up for the Zodiac tournament. You have to be in the Zodiac group. When that time hits, 8 p.m. Eastern, you gotta find Robbie Cole's post. Only 256 people will be in there, and yes, there is pre-reg for a few people, such as our top 4/top 8 from the previous tournament. Those people do get special consideration since they top 4'd our previous tournament, and sometimes past champions who say, hey, can you pre-reg me? We give it to them too. That's people who are like, oh, it seems like a lot of good names that went in there. Yeah, the top 4 from the last tournament gets back in, so like Alex Buell, Herman Hansen, those are some pretty good names from our tournament. They'll be in there. Lucas from Europe will be in there. And then some past champions such as Deception, if he wants to pre-reg, he'll be in there if he lets us know. If he knocks on the door. Knocking. But, yeah, that is why you do see some consistently good names in our tournaments over and over, because we do give pre-reg. So if you happen to be the Zodiac Duelist champion, you get some pre-reg. Thanks for watching, guys.